across the field in that woods, there are several houses. So I was really surprised when the coyotes were howling like crazy right there. I answered back with a couple variations of Little B, like Ready Howls and Sexy Little B. Well, anyhow, I did Girl Fight, and here came 3 coyotes emerging from the woods. Now, I know from past experience that's about 310 yards across that field, and there's a dip in the train, so you can't see them all the time. But these 3 seemed committed, especially the first one. Now, I was unusually calm for this hunt. And you're going to see a high point in the terrain here, off to the right now. I'm just sort of scanning back and forth, looking to see if any of the trailing coyotes break the field, but they don't. Anyhow, this first one's getting towards that high spot. Now, the wind is going right down those laneways in the field, unfortunately. And this one's within range there. He's probably 250 yards away. I'm looking at him, and look what he does. He catches my wind and starts heading out. So it's sort of now or never. He stops. I hold high on his back, take the shot, and hit him. He squirms around a little bit. I'm elated at this point. I start scanning for the other coyotes, but they never come back. That's okay. I had 1 coyote down, and I was thrilled.
Oh, I held a little high.
Hey folks, here's your tip from the field for these late season coyotes. Actually, it's really not late, it's breeding season. It's Valentine's Day. Why am I not with my wife? Well, I'll tell you why. She was working late and I said, shin my dizzle, I'm going hunting. So, a la my man Tory Cook, I did the variations of Little B, all those female invitationals. I can't tell you which ones right now because I'm stoked, but I know Sexy Little B. I started with Lonely Little B, Sexy Little B, and one of the others. Went to Girl Fight. 3 of these coyotes came across. You'll see it all on film. They got downwind. I took a shot. It was 290 yards with my 223. You know what the end result of that typically is, but it's Valentine's Day, and this kid needed some love. So your tip of for this one tip is use those plethora of Little B howls, give them some Girl Fight, and prepare to pull the trigger. Great hunting, everybody. Bark at the moon. Well, there's the weight on this coyote. 43.2. I would have guessed 45, but that's okay. When I arrived at the next farm, there was so much howling going on, I thought it was another hunter. They were loud and they were close, but as you can see, as I look up on that hill, the coyotes were crossing. The funny part is, I sit there usually, but not on this night. Anyhow, 3 coyotes go up and over that hill. 1 stays low. And this is some sort of fun footage, so I'll leave it in here. I do edit this for time, but watch, he gets beyond that. It's about 200 yards across that field. But watch this coyote. You'll see him mousing in the field. I'm playing some sort of rabbit distress at this point. Maybe I was playing Girl Fight before. I really can't remember. But watch this coyote. There he is. He's mousing. So it dawns on me, put on Fox Pro's Field Mouse Distress. Again, I cut it a little bit. He's in no hurry. He makes his way across that field through the barnyard. But now here he comes. I could have shot right there. That's within range. But I'm extra calm tonight for some reason. I'm just watching to see what he does. Now this wind, it's a crosswind out of the north. Okay, so left to right as you look at it, and there's no way this coyote's going to wind me. My Fox Pro XS2 is off to the left, off screen at this point. Now he gets to the hedgerow. He's not in a hurry, but you'll see in a minute, he fully commits. Now, in case you're wondering, I'm playing that Field Mouse Distress at about level 32 on the XS2. Here he comes. That motion you see is me moving my shooting sticks, trying to anticipate the coyote's approach. But notice how calm I am. Those reticles are hardly moving. I'm not on a tripod, just a standard old bipod here. At this point, he's fully committed. He's trotting in. And he gives me that head-on shot that you know I'm not a fan of, but I take it anyhow because he's getting close. I'd say he's about 75 yards right now. Here we go. And down he goes. My glasses broke and I could barely see a thing. Anyhow, this coyote trotted by me at about 40 yards to my right over my right shoulder. And then he disappeared in the train. Now that's my call in front of me. And he's at the other end of the field at this point, way out there. There's also some fox to my left, and you'll see some deer to the right. So I'm just sort of maintaining position to see how this is going to unfold. What happens here, at about 200 yards, I fold this coyote up. Let's watch and see what happens. There he is. You can see the deer off to the right. He turns. It's field mouse distress. That's what brought him back. He originally came to baby cottontail. This wind is in my face, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Again, he's all at 200 yards. And down he goes.
That's a shot right there.
I was having a great night with a coyote triple, despite the fact I couldn't see.
Wow.
I play all my sequences manually by having my sounds arranged in the remote so I can go right down from one sound to the next.